Worried about letting someone else pick out the perfect avocado for your perfect impress them on the third date guacamole? Well, good thing Instacart shoppers are as picky as you are. They find ripe avocados like it's their guac on the line. They are milk expiration date detectives. They bag eggs like the 12 precious pieces of cargo they are. So let Instacart shoppers overthink your groceries so that you can overthink what you'll wear on that third date. Download the Instacart app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
yes, goal,
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug? Ignored a leaky faucet? Pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look that way? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects. Whether it's a door that sticks, or a disorganized closet, or an AC unit that only works half the time. It all matters. You just haven't taken care of it yet. But there's an easier way. Just download the Thumbtack app. You can search for what you need done and find tons of highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Check prices, reviews, and book a pro right on the spot. Plus, you'll know what to tackle next, because Thumbtack is the app that shows you what to do, who to hire, and when. Pull out your phone, and in just a few taps, say goodbye to all those unfinished home projects, and say hello to caring for your home the easier way. Download Thumbtack and start a project today.
They love it on Nebula. They're wild about it on Taurinus. Even on Motus, where they don't like anything at all, they eat it up.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
I've got things I like to do. I like to watch television.
Jeff Lutz.
Well, you're just talking about all these shows like old man.
Right.
What is that? Like every show that starts, well, I'm watching it. I don't get it.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Stand by for action.
Welcome back, everyone. Hour number 2, the Bob and Jeff Show, KFH Radio. Bob Lutz, Jeff Lutz, your co-host, Max Power. Producing, engineering the show, 869-1240, the IHOP hotline. We got Memorial Day coming up this weekend. Are you still going camping?
We were going to go camping this past weekend.
But you didn't go.
We ended up not going.
Why is that?
Because they were going to head to Oklahoma the next day and just didn't want that quick turnaround, so we decided to stay home.
How'd you handle the storms last night as they rolled through here?
I just went into the shelter just in case and came out a little while later.
What'd you do in the shelter? Well, tell me about the shelter. Is it
turned the light off and sat there? And
how many steps do you go down?
You don't go down any. We have a shelter in our house.
Oh, shelter in your house.
Yeah, it's a little protective shelter that's made of reinforced concrete and will withstand.
Did you take the cats in there with you?
Of course.
Oh, there you go.
Not going to leave those cats out to suffer or have anything bad happen to them.
We withstood it. Misty didn't like it, but Misty's we're having a struggle with little Misty right now, getting her to eat like she needs to.
Has she been eating much at all?
Not really. We've had to kind of force her. You know how much we all love Vienna sausage.
Yeah, it's the best.
We've been giving her some of that, and she loves it.
Well, that's good.
And a little chicken, but she doesn't want. Boy, it's tough. Anyway, that's we're dealing with that. So, what topic for the Bob and Jeff draft?
You said you were going to pick it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go all time. Let me think here.
Do you have something in mind, or was just hoping it would come to you after you said all time?
All time players for either the Boston Celtics. No, I think we've done that. all-time players for the
What are you going to do here?
the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Really? All right.
Is that good enough?
Not really. How about whatever.
What?
How about Pittsburgh sports?
All right. Key notable people in the history of Pittsburgh sports.
There you go. That sounds a lot better.
They can be players. They can be owners,
just players.
Just players?
Yes.
Well, I get to decide.
I don't want to pick an owner. I don't care about
All
owners
right,
or
they
managers.
can be a player or a manager/coach.
That's dumb.
Now,
Whatever. So all Pittsburgh.
yeah, Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So you got the Steelers,
I know who you got.
Penguins,
And the Pirates.
and the Pirates. And then they had an ABA team for a little bit.
Did they?
The I can't remember. But it'll be mostly those three franchises. Pittsburgh's never had an NBA franchise.
Never happened for them.
Isn't that odd?
The Condors.
Yeah, I knew it was something like that.
Well, didn't they have some people?
Well, sure, every ABA team had some people.
Well, they had a Hall of Famer.
Which one?
He only played in Pittsburgh for 3 years. Are we allowed to take him?
What? If sure, what's his name?
Connie Hawkins.
You can take Connie Hawkins.
He's not associated with Pittsburgh. He's a Phoenix guy.
Well, he played 3 years for the Pittsburgh Condors in the ABA.
He also played for the Pittsburgh Wrens
Don't remember them.
in the American Basketball League right before he moved to the Globetrotters for 4 years.
Connie Hawkins was one of those guys in my youth that I was in awe of.
Connie Hawkins could play, and he appeared
Plus,
to
he had that.
march to the beat of his own drum.
He had that Fu Manchu, and that he just had the look. He was a cool guy. Connie Hawkins.
Yeah, who doesn't love Connie Hawkins? He had the sideburns. He had
Still-
everything.
Is he still living?
No, he died in 2017
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
at the age of 75.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's not great. Good player, as our friend Jason Duda would probably say.
Yeah, I like Connie Hawkins. You got the Mets coming to you this evening, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Feel good about it?
Francisco Lindor is making his return.
Well, I hope he'll be
To
greeted
Cleveland.
warmly.
Who cares? Who's going to greet him
Because
warmly?
even the Cardinals fans are the soft.
Why am I going to greet
Tyler
him
O'Neill
warmly?
got a great ovation Friday night.
That's well,
Had this,
a guy
our,
like Tyler O'Neill, sure.
our catcher stepped in front of the plate and gave him a moment, tipped his helmet to the crowd. The Cardinals are the most loving franchise you'll ever see.
And what's with these City Connect jerseys? They're absolutely awful.
Nah, they don't look great, but they're what the Cardinals do. Nothing about the Cardinals right now is great.
Why?
It's just we're spinning our wheels, and until they make the right move and go in a new direction with this franchise, it's time.
Do you think if you were 20, you'd like the Cardinals?
My dad listened to them on the radio every day.
No, I mean right now as a 20-year-old.
Sure.
Does this team appeal to 20-year-olds? They break out these City Connect jerseys that are just their jerseys that say the Lou on it, which isn't the Lou Louisville? I've never heard St. Louis called
Lou.
the Lou. I've never heard that in my life. They're not an exciting team. They don't play an exciting brand of baseball. Their fans are all
Well, they
older.
do occasionally. When they hit, they're exciting.
Everybody's exciting when they hit, but they don't run, and they're not as this defense. They have no
Oh,
identity.
Mason Wynn's tremendous.
They have no
defensively.
identity as a team, and when you don't have an identity as a team,
You
you're
say
not going
one
to
more
win.
word about the Cardinals, I'm going to knock you out.
I'm just making my case.
Nobody, and I mean nobody,
I
gets
just
to
don't.
come on this radio show and ridicule the team I've loved.
Not ridiculing them. I'm just saying I don't see a lot of kids outside of St. Louis that are coming out of the woodworks as Cardinals fans.
Well, not right now. There's
don't
nothing.
see it.
They're not drawing you in. That's why I say they got to have a change. Now they're playing arguably the most exciting team in baseball, starting tonight in the Baltimore Orioles. And if they get swept by the Orioles, and then they get swept by the Cubs, which very easily could happen, I would expect them finally to say, "We got to do something here."
It's not going to happen. They take 2 from Boston?
Yeah, but they're not any good. The Cardinals are not a good team.
Well, anybody
Boston's
could take.
not a good team.
They're not terrible.
They're not a good team.
They're a 500 team.
They're not a good team.
Okay.
There are how many good teams in Major League Baseball?
I don't know.
As we sit here,
8,
more than a quarter of the way through.
9,
The
10.
Yankees and Orioles are good teams. The Royals are a good team.
Really?
The Phillies and Braves are good teams.
You're really skipping Cleveland.
Milwaukee is a
you're
good
an idiot.
team. And the Dodgers are a good team.
Don't do that.
The Guardians are a good
Don't
team.
do that.
But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not buying them.
You don't have to buy them. I don't really care if you buy them. They're 30-17. Buy that. They're ahead of your good team, the Royals, who don't play anity. You want to talk about a stretch coming up for the Royals in June?
Let's talk about it.
They have Guardians, Dodgers, Yankees, and somebody before that in their schedule.
No, here's what they have. Here's what they have. If you want accuracy,
I think it's Mariners.
Here's what the Guardians have.
Not talking about the Guardians. Talking about the Royals.
Who are we talking about?
The Royals.
Here's what the Royals have. They're at home against Detroit. They go to Tampa, to Minnesota, at home against San Diego.
That's
they go
where the
to
tough stretch
Cleveland.
starts.
They have Seattle at home, New York Yankees at home, at the Dodgers, at the A's, at the Rangers.
So that 5-series stretch, starting with San Diego, that'll tell us a lot about the Royals.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm buying into the Royals.
You can do whatever you want.
And you were the guy here just recently, 2 or 3 weeks ago,
It's like a month
telling
ago.
me Seth Lugo's going to crater and come back to earth and be what he's been. Well, here's what Seth Lugo is.
Do you want
through 10 starts, he's 7-1 with a 1.79
Great.
earned
Do you
run
want
average.
Do you want records versus winning teams? Does that interest you at all?
No.
I
I like to beat the teams that are on my schedule.
Cleveland 13-7, Kansas City 8-13, Minnesota 10-20, Detroit 10-13. Phillies, who everyone just loves, 4-2.
Well, they play some winning
They
teams
played
here.
6 games against
They'll
teams
play
with
some
winning
winning
records.
teams here of late, pretty soon.
You sure about that?
At some point. Why are you getting so angry?
Because you don't know what you're talking about. And it frustrates me when you just spout off to try to get on my nerves.
Does it work?
Well, not really. I gave you some numbers.
It works.
Let's go Tigers.
The Tigers are okay, but they're not
very good.
They're not very good. They're a 500 team. The Twins, you did a good job against them. They've lost 6 in a row. They've been very streaky.
They had the 12-game winning streak, and outside of that, they're like 12-26.
Right. They're outside of that, they're 12-22.
Yes. Which you don't take away a 12-game winning streak.
No, that's
This
part
is
of the schedule. That's on
clearly
the schedule.
an inconsistent
I'd pay
team.
for a 12-game winning streak. That would be the only thing that could resurrect my interest in the Cardinals.
What'd they be then? About 3-4 games under 500?
They'd be 32-26. Why are you knocking the Cardinals?
Because they're bad, and you want to knock the Guardians.
I don't knock the Guardians. I'm just saying I don't know that I'm buying the Guardians.
Well, then you don't obviously watch the Guardians.
Nah, I watch them some. They're kind of boring.
They're not boring at all. They're hitting home runs this year.
Who's hitting them?
They're in the top 10 in home runs. They're second in the American League in runs. Their run differential's great. I mean, you can't really poke holes. They've beaten good teams. So you can't really poke holes in what the Guardians are doing. They've got Ramirez and Naylor who have double digits, and then they have a bunch of guys with like 5.
They got one guy with 5.
And 4, 6.
Brennan, then a couple guys with 4, and then a few guys with 3. So, I mean, nobody's really hitting a lot of home runs. It's not a home run year.
Okay, well, they're 9th in the league, I believe.
Who leads the majors in home runs?
Gunnar Henderson, I believe,
Right.
and Kyle Tucker.
15 for Gunner.
That's a lot of homers.
What's that?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Who do you think I'm talking to?
I thought Max may have said something. I don't know
Max
what's going
isn't
on.
saying anything.
Well, good.
Here's what I'll ask you, because I like to quiz you on this stuff once in a while. There are
I'm not good at this.
there's a lot of guys. There's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 players with 10 or more home runs in the big leagues. Who are there? Who are they?
Marcell Ozuna.
Marcell Ozuna has 13.
Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar Henderson has 15.
Kyle Tucker.
Has 15.
Aaron Judge.
13.
Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez has 11.
Josh Naylor.
Has 12.
Mike Trout still has 10.
Mike Trout has 10.
I don't think Mookie Betts. Shohei
Ohtani has 13.
Does Altuve?
I think you just missed. Altuve is not one of them. The others are Aaron Judge.
I said him.
Giancarlo Stanton has 11. He's having a good year. That lineup, tough. Teoscar Hernandez has 11. Tyler O'Neill with 11. Former Cardinal. Adolis Garcia, former Cardinal, 11. Juan Soto, 11. Brent Rooker from the A's, 11.
Yeah, him.
Bryce Harper, 10. Taylor Ward from the Angels, 10. Pete Alonso from the Mets, 10. Cal Raleigh, Seattle, 10. Ryan Jeffers, 10. And Shea Langoliers from the Oakland A's.
Good for him.
Has 10 home runs. Those are the only double-digit home run guys. And we're getting closer and closer to being a third of the way through the Major League Baseball season. Still not there yet.
About there.
You got any surprises?
What do you mean?
Any baseball surprises that stand out to you?
No, I'm not surprised by anything.
I saw a tweet, something about Luis Arias, now of the Padres.
Sure.
And as long as he has a ton of at-bats. How many times do you think he's taken a called third strike
4
in his career?
Oh, in his career? 22.
1.
Really?
Do you find that? Isn't that
There's no
amazing?
way that's correct.
What do you mean it's not?
There's no way that's right.
Well, I just saw it. It's on Twitter.
Well, a lot of stuff's on Twitter.
No, this comes from a source.
I want you to find that source because I feel like that would be all over the news of the world if that were actually true.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I do know. That's kind of the thing.
I'd have to look for it, but I saw it a little bit earlier, and I was astounded by it. Don't you think that's amazing?
I think it's amazing if it's true, yes.
Why would you doubt what I tell you?
No reason.
I can't remember who put it out there, but it was one of the baseball guys, which just bothers me. Now I can't find it. Nobody wants me to be searching for something when I'm trying to run a show here.
They absolutely don't. That's correct.
They don't want that.
Why don't we take a break and come back and do the draft?
I'm trying to find what you wanted.
Okay.
We will take a break, however, and come back with the Bob and Jeff draft. Pittsburgh athletes or coaches or managers, the category, all time. Back in a minute.
Worried about letting someone else pick out the perfect avocado for your perfect impress them on the third date guacamole? Well, good thing Instacart shoppers are as picky as you are. They find ripe avocados like it's their guac on the line. They are milk expiration date detectives. They bag eggs like the 12 precious pieces of cargo they are. So let Instacart shoppers overthink your groceries so that you can overthink what you'll wear on that third date. Download the Instacart app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
yes, goal,
or attending one live, You can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at Cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Selling a little or a lot? Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage, to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's here to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout. 15% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. And Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning 24/7 help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
All right, great Pittsburgh athletes is where we're headed here, or coaches. We each pick 8. We give it to Max. He weighs in, and then we put it on Twitter. Now it's X. Do I have to? Can I hang with Twitter?
I don't care what you call it, to be honest.
Right now they've changed the. It's to X.com. You can. It'll still take you there if you go Twitter.com.
Right.
But soon it won't.
Really? You gonna call it?
Heads. And heads it is. Well, you just changed it.
No, I didn't.
That's
it was
cheating.
a coin flip. I didn't touch it.
You showed it to me and it had heads.
No, I showed it to you and it's flipping. It's
Which way
tails.
you going?
I'm going first.
Uh-oh.
Roberto Clemente.
Okay. I'll pick next. Max will love this. I can't pick him first, can I?
Do whatever you want.
And I worry that you'll pick him if I don't.
A lot of good choices here.
Mario Lemieux. And next, Terry Bradshaw. 4-time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, I could have played quarterback on some of those teams and done just fine. This is where it gets sort of difficult. I will dip into the hockey realm and take Sidney Crosby. I don't think Max likes him, so that might
Well, no, if you're worried
to my
about Max,
detriment.
then I got you already.
I don't know who I'm worried about. I don't know who to pick from all these Steelers. That's the problem. It's almost ridiculous. I'll take Willie Stargell.
Well, that's too bad.
Sorry.
You backed off from taking a Steeler.
I don't know which one to take.
Well, that's too bad. It's
Just make your picks and stop doing your little Google searches. The time for Googling has passed. We are in the draft now.
I will take Mean Joe Green and Hannes Wagner. Arguably the greatest shortstop of all time.
Yeah, if you lived in 1840.
The Flying Dutchman.
I'm going to dip into some of the Steelers here. And I'm going to take Lynn Swan.
So many that should be taken ahead of him, but that's whatever.
And I will also take Jack Lambert.
Oh, really? I was hoping I'd have him.
Well, you don't. You're gonna have
But that's okay.
You're gonna have to take somebody else.
I will take with my next 2 picks.
I'm not sure anyone I've picked has played a game outside of Pittsburgh. I don't know that any of yours have either, to be honest.
My next 2 picks. Can I have just a moment?
No.
Well, I need just a moment.
You'll forfeit your pick if you take longer than 10
Max
seconds.
will decide that.
Max already did decide it.
My next 2 picks will be.
Let's go.
Gosh, this is hard.
Could be.
Franco Harris. And Jaromir Jagr.
Thank you for taking him so I didn't have to.
What do you mean, so you didn't have to?
I didn't really want to take him. I'm going to take Barry Bonds.
Well, he was a giant. I hope Max knows that.
How many he won 3 MVPs with.
I hope Max is aware
that he was an
That's
MVP level player for Pittsburgh, or what do
That's all I'll say.
What do you hope that he's aware of?
I just hope he's aware.
I saw Bonds play with Pittsburgh. In fact, I saw him adjust his bat when they played the replay on a curveball and hit it.
Whatever.
He was a 2-time MVP and a runner-up.
Nobody cares about him. Who's next for you?
I'll have to go back to the Steelers, it looks like. I don't know that but I don't know how to separate these guys. These are all all-time greats in the history of the game. So I will take I have no idea how to separate these guys.
Come on.
Rod Woodson.
Oh, my gosh. What a terrible.
Maybe the greatest defensive back ever to play the game.
What an absolutely awful pick.
Sorry you feel that way.
I mean, it was just awful. Let's talk about how awful it was for a few minutes while I prepare to make my next pick. I get how many more?
Two more. You're done.
This was probably pretty tight. I don't know. I know you hate this guy.
11-time Pro Bowler.
But I don't think
Defensive Player of the Year. 6-time All-Pro.
I don't think I can leave Tony Dorsett off this list.
What are you talking about? This isn't college athletes.
What do you mean? It's athletes.
No.
Pittsburgh athletes.
No.
We never talked about.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Max?
Yes, we did. Stop cheating.
Max? Did we mention they had to be professional athletes?
Yes.
I'm asking Max.
We did.
I don't remember. I remember you guys arguing over if you could pick a manager or coach and not an owner.
No, so you were the person who said, so you got the Penguins, Pirates, and Steelers. They didn't have an NBA team.
And
you don't remember that? No, you didn't
Panthers,
say
I
that.
said.
Remove that.
Are you kidding?
Just remove it. You know that's in bad.
Are you kidding?
You know that's in bad faith.
I don't know that anything's in bad faith.
Make a pick. We're talking about professional athletes.
You get so worked up.
You're better than this.
You get so worked up about this.
Great.
It's
Now make
hilarious.
a pick.
My goodness, man.
Pick!
Jack Ham.
Yawn.
Maybe arguably the greatest Steeler.
Maybe arguably.
Boy, am I going to get through this with only one baseball player? That's crazy. If you would have told me that before we started, I'd have said you're nuts. There's got to be a Pirate. I mean, they've had very good teams.
Sometimes.
Can I pick Paul Skeens yet?
Sure.
No. Although I'm tempted, Ben Roethlisberger.
Really?
So there are my 8. Who's your final pick?
My final pick is going to be, it's either going to be Mel Blount, L.C. Greenwood, Dave Parker, Ralph Kiner.
Well, you're hurting.
Hines Ward, Mike Webster, Ron Francis, or the guy I am picking, John Stallworth.
John Stallworth.
Yeah.
All right, there it is, folks. And I got a feeling I've just won another one. Read your 8, please.
Roberto Clemente, Sidney Crosby, Willie Stargell, Lynn Swan, Jack Lambert, Barry Bonds, Rod Woodson, John Stallworth.
My 8, Mario Lemieux, Terry Bradshaw, Joe Green, Honus Wagner, Franco Harris, Jaromir Jagr, Jack Ham, and Ben Roethlisberger. Let's bring in Max for his thought. As we always ask Max to do, he's on a losing streak. The person he's picked to win has not won.
I don't know. Duda picked Jeff last week, too, so I figured Duda knows more than I do about that.
If you're following Duda, good luck with that.
Well, two people who at least have their ear to the ground.
You're telling me Duda has his ear to the ground?
About Johnny Cash songs? Absolutely.
Doesn't know a thing about music. Max, whose list do you like the best here?
Country. Why'd you pick Big Ben? Why don't you go with Doc Ellis? The guy pitched a no-hitter on acid, didn't he?
He didn't quite have what it took.
Let me just say Mario Lemieux.
I would have taken Bill Madlock as my next baseball player.
Really? Over Kiner and Trainer?
Over Pie Trainer.
A lot of people don't understand if Lemieux didn't get Hodgkins, he would have easily passed Gretzky. Easily. That guy was unbelievable. I like your list, Bob, because I love Mean Joe Green and Terry Bradshaw. When we had him on Guy Bauer show, made an ID for Dave, who's a big Pittsburgh fan, without even blinking an eye. And
there you go.
You have a good.
I probably should have taken Joe Green
it's
over Stargell, but I didn't.
There you go.
And I have nothing against Cindy Crosby. Jeff,
okay, good. Happy to hear that. Actually, I couldn't have taken Mean Joe Green. So you had, I could have. Who cares?
You choked again.
I doubt it. I don't really care.
You're admitting it.
Good.
Now you don't really care. We always have this part of the segment.
No, we don't.
Always.
I always argue that I should win, but
you don't think so?
If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. That's my feeling at the moment.
Jeff, I loved your comment about Hornus Wagner.
What?
If he lived in. I loved your comment about Hornus Wagner in 1800 or whatever.
Doesn't matter when he played. He's one of the greats. We'll get this out on X or Twitter. We ask you to vote best Pittsburgh athletes. Each of us picked 8. The Bob and Jeff Draft. Look it up on Twitter at Bob Lutz at KFH Radio.
I got you gave me your stat earlier about Luis Arraez. I don't think this is impressive, but I still found it interesting. Ellie De La Cruz on pace for over 100 stolen bases this year. Did you know since 1900, every 100 stolen base season occurred between 1962 and 1987? A 25-year period in basically 130 years.
Well, you can basically thank 3 guys for that.
Right. Maury Wills,
Ricky Henderson, Vince Coleman.
Right.
So they all played in that era.
And Lou Brock.
Did Lou
ever get to 100, though?
Yes, he stole 104 one year.
Yeah, so that was the era. And then guys obviously have had 70 and 80, and I think last year Acuna got over 70. So we'll see.
I mean, Ellie De La Cruz is an exciting player. It's just a shame. I say that for Reds fans. I don't care that they have so many injuries they're dealing with.
Well, we all got injuries we're dealing with.
The injuries are a skill.
Part of the game, not an excuse.
No, they are an excuse.
No, they're
not.
They
pile up like this.
No.
If you had it, you'd be whining about it every day.
No, we do have it. Our ace is injured.
Who's injured?
And Gavin Williams and Stephen Kwan.
Who's injured?
Just told you.
Shane Bieber?
Gavin Williams,
you wanted
Stephen
him
Kwan.
out of there a week ago.
A week ago? He was also injured.
Why don't you ever play along?
He's been injured for several weeks.
What
am I playing along to? The dumbest song ever.
What's the dumbest song ever?
Whatever you're singing over there that I'm supposed to play along with.
I mean, I know what I'm doing.
I don't want to get rid of Bieber or Gavin Williams or Stephen Kwan.
We've got a Game 7 in the National Hockey League Stanley Cup playoffs tonight, Edmonton and Vancouver. Now, that has to be right up Duda's alley, right?
I would assume so.
Because he's a big Edmonton guy, but he's also a big Vancouver guy. He loves to go there on vacation and hang out in British Columbia. I'd love to know who he's pulling for.
Got to be going for Edmonton.
Why do you say it like that?
I want to be a true Canadian.
I don't get it.
I want to appeal to my Canadian brothers and sisters.
Well, he'll be all over that game tonight.
What time does it start?
It's ESPN at 7 o'clock. If I was home tonight, I'd watch it.
You would?
I think so.
I'd
at least flip back and forth.
Between
the Cardinals getting their brains beat in by Baltimore. And you just know that's going to happen.
You would think, but what's the pitching matchup tonight?
Sonny Gray's going. That's our only hope. And Ken Kramer is going for Baltimore.
So it seems you have
the
advantage.
Is it Ken Kramer or Jim Kramer?
I didn't think it was either, but what do I know?
I don't know who it is, but he's not their ace.
Is it Kramer?
Kremer.
Dean.
That's what I said. Dean Kramer.
Yeah, he's all right. Not great.
I'm not paid to know all this stuff.
Well, it's Kramer.
I know Corbin Burns pitched yesterday, so we miss him in this series.
Thank
which
goodness.
I'm happy about. But again,
they're going to hit the ball all over the yard against them.
Well, Sonny Gray's had two subpar outings in a row, and boy, I got chastised when I said to Cardinals fans earlier, even as he was pitching great, right? I said he's a superb number 2 starter. You don't know anything about baseball. What's wrong with you? Well, he is a very good pitcher, but on a championship caliber team, he's a number 2.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
In my opinion.
I'm okay with it.
Name the real aces in Major League Baseball.
Garrett Cole, when he's healthy. Zach Wheeler. I'm trying to go through the teams. I would say Spencer Strider is, but he's injured. A lot of guys injured right now.
Tyler Glasnow's a true ace, right?
I guess.
Not
really.
Eric Skubel's a true ace.
Now he is.
Zach Wheeler, you mentioned him. Sonny Gray's good. I mean, he's really good. Is Dylan Cease a true ace for the Padres?
He's not,
had
probably
an unbelievable year. 59 innings pitched. He struck out 73.
You'll take that.
Is Zach Gallen a true ace for the Arizona Diamondbacks?
Didn't he win a Cy Young?
Did he? I don't think so.
Thought he did 2 years ago.
Is Shota Imanaga a true ace now for the Cubs? Has he shown you enough?
No.
Lowest earned run average ever through his first 9 starts.
Go through the league a couple times and do that, and we'll talk.
An 0.84 earned run average.
He's fantastic.
For Shota Imanaga of the Chicago Cubs. That's pretty good, if you ask me.
No question.
So those are some of the people that you would consider perhaps. The Phillies, now you pointed out that they haven't played anybody, but the Phillies have several true aces, don't they?
Several? I would say one. I don't know that Aaron
what about
Nola
Ranger
is.
Suarez?
He's getting there. He's had a really good year.
What about Aaron Nola?
I don't think Spencer Turnbull is. I don't think Aaron Nola is.
They have a pretty good pitching staff, though. Would you agree with that?
Quite good. Looking forward to beating them later on this year.
You won't beat them. You're so fired up now, and we'll talk to you in July. And
in July, after we've had the easiest stretch of 30 games,
we'll still be talking.
Yeah, we'll talk in July. I'm happy to talk in July.
Is Seth Lugo a true ace?
No.
Is he a true number 2?
I would say Cole Reagans is closer to an ace than Seth Lugo.
But they have their 3, don't they?
Who's the third? Singer, who didn't pitch that well last time out.
Didn't pitch that well last time out. But
sometimes you don't pitch well.
They got guys.
Yeah, if I'm a Royals fan, I'm feeling comfortable.
Corbin Burns is a true ace. And then you have, who's number 2?
Bradish.
Yeah. And then you have John Means, who's back.
Grayson Rodriguez. They just activated.
They have a good team. I
Absolutely.
long to have a good team like that.
Well, I have a good team for a long time. Does that help?
I long to have a good long-time team. You know what I mean?
Good feeling.
What do you know about it?
Our team's been pretty good for the last 12 years. Haven't had many down years. Couple, but not many.
Win something.
Well, we're doing our best.
That's my bottom line. I'm looking now at the potential of not being around for another Cardinals World Series championship team. That irritates me because we're not even close.
No, you're not. But
and I'm smart enough to know that.
You can get close.
Not really. There's really no path. Not under this leadership. I don't see a path there.
Got to spend some money. I don't know. They spend it not very wisely.
They don't have a strong farm system, certainly at the higher levels, and who knows at the lower levels. Those guys, who knows?
You got to dream on those guys.
All right, that's the end of it. We have come to the close of a Monday show. We'll be back tomorrow. Jeff and I will. We'll talk some more high school state tournament stuff. Hope you'll listen in. Have a good night.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
yes, cool,
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
It's a great day to venture out in a spacious and capable Toyota SUV. Like the new RAV4. With available all-wheel drive, it can go just about anywhere. And with plenty of passenger and cargo space, you'll go from morning carpool to weekend road trip without missing a beat. Plus, with available features like wireless charging and a touchscreen interface, your Toyota RAV4 will keep you connected no matter where you're going. Or check out a spacious Highlander. With seating for up to 8, it's a hub for family adventure. You'll drive in comfort and style with available heated and ventilated seats and all the latest tech. And with available hybrid models, your new Highlander can save you tons on gas. Right now, your local Toyota dealer has more vehicles in stock and is making delivery on new vehicles almost every day. So don't wait. Buy a RAV4 or Highlander today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota. Let's go places.
Now, with the MLB app, you can get baseball your way. Pick your favorite team, your favorite players, and get customized highlights, stories, and breaking news right on your home feed. Follow the action with Game Tip, where 3D replays add another dimension. Plus, notifications can keep you connected to every pitch, every hit, every game. The MLB app. Baseball your way. Download it now for free from the App Store or Google Play. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.